Hey, what's going on? Is that Jen on the mic?
Yeah. Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Noah?
what's going on, Jen? I'm glad we finally got to get this on the books. Um,
Yeah, right? Seriously. It's been a
yeah,
while.
we had some technical difficulties opening the initial space link. Honestly, it's beginning better with spaces, but we still have the initial, the occasional hiccup, rather. And if you wanted to make sure you promote the right link out to your community, that'd be great just to get some more people in here. Oftentimes, when this happens, folks think the space was canceled or it ended early, but that is not the case.
Oh, yeah, good call. I'll go and do that in our Discord because we had posted it up there. So I'll go and let folks know
Yeah,
now.
yeah. And if anyone's listening and hosts their own spaces, I found, and if if you do host spaces often, then undoubtedly you have been plagued by the same opening a space bug where it just kind of freezes on you and that mic button doesn't unqueue. In this case, it started working and then spaces crashed. But I found that if you, before you open a space, if you make sure you're on the right account and if you close the Twitter app out and then reopen it and then open the space, I have a 100% success rate so far. And so today I forgot to do that. I just opened the space and it worked, but then it ultimately crashed. Anyway, that's a side note and a piece of advice until Spaces is a more improved product. And we're going to have a Socratic style discussion around Spaces, the good, the bad, and the ugly tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. So if you want to hop in there and share your opinions, you're welcome. But we are here to talk about Crossmint. And Jen, welcome. Before we get started, do you want to give our audience a quick background into your origin story, your career trajectory, and how you ultimately made that leap into Web3?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for having me on. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the space and really appreciate you hopping over to the new link. So I'm Jen Fur over here at Crossmint. I am the head of PR, the person that likes to talk on all the spaces. Essentially, they hired me because I like to talk a lot and the words I say sometimes are good. So I come from a quality engineering background, and I am also a science fiction writer on the side. I've worked in several different like areas like web like uh AAA gaming, fintech, and a couple other places. You probably would know some of the different companies that I worked at. But so essentially, I got into day trading, and then I got into NFTs as one naturally does. The progression from day trading, then you see crypto coins, and you want to trade that because there's less shenanigans afoot as far as the manipulation. Believe it or not, there's actually less in crypto, but that's just because the stock market's been around a long time, and there's a bunch of people who know how to play it. And so then I jumped into NFTs. I got into NFTs before that, and Ethereum NFTs and whatnot. And I just really got annoyed with the gas fees and all that. I just didn't have the patience for it, and so I quit for a couple of years, and then got into Solana NFTs actually in actually end of summer 2021, and in around November, I found a project that was essentially doing a test drop on Solana, and they had a pay with credit card button, and it freaking blew my mind that I didn't have to go through a centralized exchange to buy crypto. And I just bought an NFT back when Solana was over $200. And I never looked back. Essentially, I fell in love with it because I have a fintech background. I'm really lazy with money. I hate money. Anything that makes money easier, I'm all for it. And so I just got super stoked about it and just started helping and whatnot. And in the Discord, eventually they just came to me and offered me a job doing something I've never done before. So essentially, business development, sales, and PR. Which, like I said, I was in quality engineering before. I never did any of that. So here we are, almost a year and a half later. So that's how I got here.
Indeed, here we are. And I had some questions for you, but I don't know how much of it you
Mhm.
can answer. So, one, you said you worked on several AAA games. Are you able to share which ones?
Yeah, well, just one AAA game. I worked at Riot Games personally.
And how was that experience?
Just in general, I mean, I worked a while ago there, and it was I'm a gamer at heart, and so I have kind of a little bit of a different idea and experience of how it should go. I really enjoyed it. It was hard, and definitely the gaming industry has some things that they need to get better at, but in general, it's just really interesting seeing companies that have a great idea and that really want to do it in a way that is true to the customer experience. They want to make sure that people have the best experience possible, and seeing the
Did I rug?
No, I heard that too. It cut out.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Hey Jen, you're actually you're cutting out for us. I'm not sure.
She might need to drop and like come back.
Maybe. Yeah. Let me see.
Uh-oh. Did you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're back.
You're back.
Oh, what happens? Oh, my headphones disconnected. Okay, so what did you last hear me say?
So you were talking about how you said you're a big gamer, you're an avid gamer, you're a diehard gamer. You and I connected on this on our call, but it wasn't. You don't get that. And I've heard this from other people that are avid gamers and go to work in the video game industry, and the experience isn't quite what they expect. Yeah. And you said they have a lot of work to do still. But that's.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was saying it's really interesting seeing, how when companies have a vision. The thing I really liked about what they were doing, what Riot Games was doing with League of Legends, is that I really enjoyed that they were they had a vision that was dedicated to the player experience, and that was the drumbeat that they constantly, that we just heard all the time in all the messaging, all of everything that we were doing, our meetings, our company get-togethers. And so I really enjoyed seeing it took a lot of effort, and it could be very painful to stay on that track towards just making sure that, the customer experience is number one and giving them what they want before they even really know that they wanted it. Like, relying on your customer to tell you what they want is not a way to build a good product. It's a way to chase trends for people that are for companies that are already on the ball and know what's going on. And so, ever since then, I've been chasing that dragon myself, and I just want to only work with companies that have a product that essentially, I drink the Kool-Aid and the Kool-Aid tastes good, So that's sort of why I'm here at Crossmint.
And I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the Kool-Aid tastes very good at Crossmint.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's tough. Let me tell you what. It's a startup, and it is a startup in a freaking crazy area. In fintech, in NFTs. It's a frontier. It's a gold rush. There's just madness. People are selling snake oil and fake maps to gold mines, and everybody's trying to get a piece of it, and everybody's also trying to figure out how we can best solve the problems, like I said earlier, that the customers want before they even know what they want, and before they even know that it's actually a problem that can be solved. Just like how the internet, made our lives easier. We don't know how Web3 yet is really going to approach a lot of, potential problems in our lives. We know it will. We just, everybody in the space that's building is trying to figure that out. They might be trying to make some money, of course, but yeah.
There's a viral touche. And there's a viral video going around of kids in elementary school in 1995 talking about the internet, and they're making predictions of what the internet's going to evolve into and what solutions it's going to provide when they're in college. And it's spot on. I mean, they nail pretty much every single prediction. And I wonder if we are on that. It made me wonder if we are on that same trajectory with Web3. It seems a bit more murky, but there's still solid use cases there.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to give everybody a little context on what Crossmint does and why I'm talking about this Kool-Aid and this, this product and why I love it. Just so we can understand, you can understand where I'm coming from when I talk about, the future of NFTs and how it's going to solve problems, just like the internet solved problems that we didn't even know we had, and made our lives easier in ways that we couldn't even really imagine because we just didn't know. So Crossmint basically is a NFT focused infrastructure and tooling company. We are a startup. It's VC funded, and we provide services for minting, payments, and wallets. So our flagship product, this is pretty much the one thing that really put us on the map, that we really fought hard to get out there, is that we provide a two-part product that is a credit card minting service along with a Web2 friendly wallet that is cross-chain. So effectively, you don't have to have any crypto. You don't have to have any crypto knowledge, and you do not have to have a crypto wallet to buy and participate in NFTs. And so that's what we offer. It's also a 5-minute integration for most projects to add Crossmint, and it's free for developers and projects to add. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for the customer to access NFTs, but also for the developers and the projects and these dreamers and these people that are trying to figure out where the hell we're going with NFTs. Trying to make it as easy as possible for them to integrate as well, and serve them in what they're trying to do. So that's what Crossmint is. And like I said, the future that's coming up is going to be one that's going to be a huge paradigm shift. We're in a new phase of technology that seems to roll over every 20 years. And the interesting thing with technology is that we have a bunch of nerds who really love just building new stuff. So when crypto came around, everybody was like, what is this? And paying, like 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza and all this stuff. And it was silly and it was interesting. And I remember back then almost buying $200 of Bitcoin in 2010 or 2011 or whenever that was. And I didn't do it. And of course we all have our opportunities in which we would like to slap ourselves in the past. But I kept it in the back of my mind because I'm a very tech oriented person, like all of us are that are here and listening to this right now, probably. And so I was just like following along. It's like, this is so interesting. This feels like the beginning of something huge. And we're seeing it now, but we're seeing this expansion, this gold rush, if you will, of people who are prospecting because they hear you can make money. But it's really interesting because I think we're starting to come to the end of that as the big builders, and not to try to bring anybody down. I don't think it's ending. I think the parabolic rise of projects and being able to make a ton of money by flipping and all this hype and stuff might be tempering a little bit as people learn more about NFTs and they understand sort of the fact that it's a technological frontier. So I think the tech is ahead of the practical application. And where we're at right now is starting to come down off of some of the speculation, and some of the builders out here like Crossmint are starting to really look at, what problems can we solve in a business sense? And that is really driving innovation. It's really looking at what can we do with this awesome technology that hasn't already been done. And so it's fascinating watching the cart come thundering down the hill, with the horse running after it, so to speak, is sort of what we're looking at right now with the tech and the applications of it, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. And I want to kind of start from the top. You said your bread and butter was this 2-part product that's a credit card mining service along with a Web2 minting wallet that's cross-chain. So people don't have to have any crypto knowledge. They can just, or have a crypto wallet, they can just buy. Can you dive a bit deeper into that proprietary tech, and tell us exactly how it works?
Dive deeper into the proprietary tech and tell you how it works. That's a good way to put it. So no, I can't do that, but I can tell you more about it.
Yeah, tell us what you can about it. So what I'm curious about is like, how exactly does this, like, where does the credit card go? Where's the money coming from? Where's the fiat going to become crypto? I like to know how things work from a nuts and bolts perspective. And Jiggy, I'll let you hop in here. If anyone else wants to add some good questions, go for it. But yeah, the mic's yours, Jen.
Yeah, I love questions. So please feel free, like just throw it at me, because it's a lot of fun when you guys ask me questions that I'm not expecting. I love that. So the way Crossmint works. First of all, Crossmint's positioned in this, when we're talking about just the buying with a credit card and putting it into a wallet that is, like I said, Web2 friendly. We're positioned as an NFT reseller. Which in this case, for our purposes, NFT is described more as a digital good. So we are a digital good reseller. And what that means is that we keep a bunch of crypto, on hand, in our own treasury. And when people buy with a credit card, so let's say you go on Magic Eden right now, that's just one of our main partners, marketplace partners that has Crossmint integrated. You can buy pretty much any NFT there with a credit card or cross-chain payments, which we also provide. So you could buy like a Solana NFT with Ethereum or whatever. So let's say you want to go on there and buy an NFT. You find a Sappy Seal or a DGod or whatever, and you're like, okay, you know what? I don't have the funds right now in crypto, but hold up, what's this? I could pay with a credit card. Okay, so you put the NFT in your cart, you go to checkout. What happens is Crossmint will then be called, and you will effectively need to log in. You create an account. The first button on the Crossmint login/create account screen is a Google login, and it sends a magic link to your email. So there's no password or anything really authenticating there. So we're leveraging Google's and we have a couple of other login mechanisms too. So we're essentially we're utilizing and leveraging these existing security mechanisms that are already in place. And so when you do that, we create a wallet for you. If essentially you have a Crossmint account right there. And so then you put in your credit card, and your credit card goes into a Stripe checkout. So very, very familiar to everyone. Everybody who's bought anything online has probably used Stripe before without knowing it, because it's usually white labeled into the checkout. And so you put in your credit card information, all that. We don't keep that on hand in house. That's all through Stripe. So that's utilizing, we're leveraging technologies that already exist in ways that make sense for them as a business model as well. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. We're trying to do something new. And so you put in your credit card information. It's like, okay, you know what? We'll check that. We do have a really great risk management system, so it's proprietary and it's constantly evolving. So that's how we don't have KYC either. And so also, because we are a digital goods reseller, we are selling you directly the NFT. So technically, what happens is we will buy the NFT with our own crypto. Let's say that it's 1 Ethereum. We will buy it with our own. And then, we'll have already pre-authorized the credit card to make sure that it's good to go. And then once, the purchase goes through, we'll, charge the credit card effectively. This isn't the exact order of operations because it's a two-way handshake, right? And so we just make sure everything's good to go there. So we are handling the crypto on our side. And your credit card payment just goes to us. And then we use our crypto to do it. You don't ever get crypto from us. That's not how we operate. We're not a top-up mechanism. And so then once the payment goes through on both sides, the NFT is transferred to your Crossmint account. And your Crossmint account, like I said, you can just log on, go to crossmint.com, you log in, and you'll be able to see your NFTs there. You can see your Ethereum. Let's see, what do we support now? Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and Binance NFTs all side by side in the same wallet. And so you don't have to have any crypto again, no knowledge of crypto wallets, none of this, nothing. Of course, those of us who are Web3 maxis are like, oh, okay, that's probably not the best for me or whatever. But, it's something that's really, really helpful for onboarding a lot of folks out there who just want to participate and experience something that is not this nerd stuff that we're all into for the sake of the tech itself and because we're interested in it, but they just want to have a new experience. And so that's how Crossmint works, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have more questions.
No, it makes perfect sense. And my only question is for those folks that are buying the NFT with a credit card, you guys are using your crypto, where is the NFT going if they don't have a Web3 wallet?
We create our own wallet for them. So again, you log in with, like Gmail or Google or whatever, or Discord. You can log in with multiple different ways, and we create a wallet for you. It's based on Fireblocks, and that's how we operate. We have our own wallet. So like I said, we actually have 3 main pillars of product that we offer, and that is payments, minting, and wallets. And so we offer wallets for everybody, and it's free, and it's just created. Boom, there it is. The NFT goes right to the wallet. You will have a link immediately when the payment has gone through to go see it and see what it looks like.
Beautiful. And how are these wallets secured?
Again, it is a Web 2 friendly wallet. So it's and we use Fireblocks, so industry leading technology for wallet mechanisms. All the keys are securely stored, and then what we do is we leverage existing technologies like Gmail, right? So when you log into Gmail, we send them a magic link. We send a magic link to your email. So you click on that, and that's how it opens up your wallet. So you have to have access to your Gmail. So effectively, it's secured through existing security mechanisms that you already have control over to make it as easy as possible.
Got it. And for those that don't know what Fireblocks is, like I didn't up until this space, I just Googled it right now. I'm gonna pin, or Acti's gonna help me out, and he's gonna pin that link to the space so you can check them out. It's like a self custody company, a digital asset self custody company. So, Jen, I had Flip.xyz on before you guys. And when I was going through their wallet connecting process, Crossmint was one of them. Tell us about your integration with Flip and applications like it, and exactly what services you provide to them.
Yeah, good question. So anytime marketplaces and launch pads like Flip integrate Crossmint, essentially they're going to be using, like I said, our minting, our payments, or our wallets. We have our own Wallet Connect functionality, but we also have we're also integrated with Wallet Connect itself, the product where you like click on whatever wallet you want to connect to a site with. Like it'll say MetaMask, but it'll have 40 other options or whatever, different wallets. And so it sometimes it'll be that where they just connect and you can see your Crossmint wallet, you can see what's in there, you can authenticate using it, things like that. And or they'll do payments where you just want to buy something on the marketplace, and then boom, so you just pay with Crossmint. So again, that's going to be either credit card payments or cross-chain payments. And currently our cross-chain payments support Ethereum and Solana mainly, but we're looking obviously at different permutations of that to best serve everyone, and making sure that everybody's getting what they want. The user experience is first and foremost there. We do support a lot of launchpads and marketplaces. And like they're incredible partners. Like I said, Magic Eden's a huge one for us. I don't know exactly what Flip is doing with Crossmint. I was actually talking with them. I was in DMs with them during your last space because I heard them talking. I was like, oh shoot, I want to chat with them a little bit more about this. And so yeah, I don't know the exact details because we've, I've been around since I think I was employee like number 5 or so at Crossmint. I've been around, like I said, 15, 16 months. That's a really long time in the crypto space. That's like literally I'm almost ready for retirement at this point from this job. It's like, where's my pension? I've been around for ages. So, we've grown quite a lot. And so we have a lot of customers, and I can't speak exactly to the specifics there, but if it's a wallet connect mechanism, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, no worries at all. I saw your name there, and I didn't want to ask them during the space because I felt like we'd go too much on a tangent. But with you guys, I'm assuming that there are other applications that are also utilizing Crossmint in some way, shape, or form. I wanted to talk a bit about the minting API. Can you dive into that, kind of break it down in layman's terms?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a little confusing because the name of it is so closely tied to a technological understanding of the difference between paying for an NFT and integrating that as a developer, and then also minting NFTs using Crossmint. And so the difference is while one is integrating a payment button, so essentially more payment options for NFT mint, the minting API is something that effectively with one call to our API, one line of code, you can mint NFTs for any experience. So I'll give you a concrete example. During the Super Bowl and during the Thanksgiving football game here in the US last year, Super Bowl this year, Crown Royal and Diageo, which are our household names, they partner with Crossmint to create a minting experience using our minting API where you go to their website, you just put in your email address, and they send you an NFT to your email. You don't have to put in a wallet. You don't have to have a wallet. You don't have to have any of that. And so that was literally the most basic and effective use of the minting API was that, you put in your email address, and what's happening in the background is effectively the NFT is minted, and then it's put into a Crossmint wallet that is associated with your email address. And so it's literally minting and creating you a wallet right there when you're on Crown Royal's website, putting in your email address. And so the email that you get is actually a magic login link to your brand new created Crossmint wallet where you can then, boom, see your new NFT that you have. And so you can create so many experiences through that. It's actually quite incredible. You can do things like you can use the Zapier connection, which we actually just posted an update. If I can pin it, would you mind if I pin it to the space?
Oh yeah, you can pin whenever you'd like.
All right, cool. So I'll update it. Actually, here I'll just post our latest one here. With the Zapier integration, for example, you can it'll call our minting API, and you can just send an NFT instantly to, let's say you have a MailChimp mailing list. You can send it to your entire mailing list of all of your emails. And so you can just boom, 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 mint NFTs for every single one of the emails you have on your list. It sends them a link, and then they can just log in, and there's wallets, and there's their NFT. And they don't have to do anything. They don't have to figure it out. They don't have to open a MetaMask wallet. They don't have to go on, a centralized exchange and get crypto or any of that stuff. And so there's just some crazy, huge, potential there that's just kind of hidden behind a name that's a little unassuming.
So I can essentially, and I see here that you can mint from Google Sheets, as you mentioned, from Zapier and
yeah.
Sorry,
mm-hmm.
guys.
No, yeah, I'm just agreeing.
Oh yeah. So basically, I can go in and set the parameters of my prospective NFT project. I can list how many I want to be minted. I can list how much they cost. I can list everything else, all the other details. I can plug and play, and the API does the rest.
That's correct. Yep.
Wow.
It's quite powerful. And the cost, we have it's within our self-service developer console is where you configure the Mint API and essentially the experiences, the contract and all that stuff behind it. So it costs just depending on what chain. We support Solana and Polygon right now with support for Ethereum coming up, because a lot of times if you're just sending out mass NFTs, you probably don't want to use Ethereum, just for obvious purposes. Yeah. So, it's just there's bulk purchases, you can just add credits or whatever. And then, if you're going to be doing like 1 million NFTs or something like, we have one client, Solana Spaces, they do something called Drip, which you may have heard of, which is they curate art, from NFT artists, and they drop it for free to all of the people who subscribe to their newsletter. And so they get newsletter every week and a sick piece of NFT art that is just an NFT dropped to their wallet. It can be to their Crossmint wallet or to their own, like Phantom wallet, because they do Solana, obviously. And so we mint a significant portion of all of the NFTs minted on Solana every week, like a huge percentage. I forget exactly what it is. I think it's like 30-40% or something like that. Goes straight through Crossmint.
And I do see here that you have your simple pricing breakout, but on average, how much does it cost for a project to build from A to Z?
How much does it cost? I guess it really just depends on what kind of project it is. Most of our services are free because there's just a little convenience fee that gets tacked on to the NFT when it's purchased on the customer end. So essentially the onus of the choice is given to the customer, whether they would like to use the convenience or not, which makes a lot of sense, especially in a place like Web3 where everything is meant to be more on, individualistic, and you get to choose. So it's thematically appropriate. And so most Crossmint integrations are free. If you are a huge enterprise or you need something bespoke, or you're using for example, we do offer white labeled wallets, so you can integrate the Crossmint wallet into your project. Like we're working with a AAA game, I can't say the name, it's already out, but to add and to Web3ify it, essentially, to add the ability to have a wallet to be able to buy things with credit card, NFTs with credit card that represent assets in game and things like that. So that's a white label experience that has a different cost entirely. And then the wallets themselves would cost, a certain amount or whatever for upkeep and whatnot. But yeah, it just really depends on what you're looking to do. The Mint API, like I said, it's free to use. It's just a matter of you're paying then for the NFTs that you want to mint. I think it's like 5 cents or 10 cents a piece or something like that.
So really quick, and not to go on a tangent, but you just brought this example up about the AAA game. How easy is it, or how hard is it rather, to Web3ify a traditional game, a traditional video game?
It's a good question. I'm not an engineer in that aspect, but from what I understand, it's not that difficult. It's more just the integration in general of putting a brand new interface, and it's more of a UI challenge than anything. And then also ensuring that payment gateways and whatnot makes sense. And then any sort of information architecture flow that comes from operating in the game and then having to go out into this wallet experience, however that ends up working within the game, is also something that needs to be considered. So it's if you think about it, it's like if somebody came to you and was like, we want to add this brand new feature, but it needs to permeate throughout the whole app, and anything that it touches needs to make sure that it's hooked up properly. That's effectively what you're looking at there. The Web3ification part of it isn't so much a big deal from what I understand. Like the actual Web3 part, it's more like just ensuring things work. Now, if you're going to have actively, say you're going to buy an NFT and that's like your character in game, and you're actually going to change the whole game so that it's running in some sort of metaverse, simulation or something, or if you're just going to do it halfway and the NFT is a stand-in for an avatar that is actually just on a centralized server somewhere, and your NFT is really just more of an access mechanism for it, then that's definitely going to be different, and that's definitely more in-game concerns. It just really has to do with the implementation.
Thank you for the breakdown.
Yeah.
So token gating, I tried to explore that part of the site, but it said there's nothing available yet. What are your guys' plans for token gating?
Well, we do have technically token gating solutions in place. So our Crossmint Connect enables you to have NFTs in your wallet, and you can access websites, or dApps, or any sort of experience where you need to authenticate using an NFT that you own. We do have that in place, so you can. And again, like I said, we do have Wallet Connect integration too. So if you have a project and you want to token gate it based on what somebody owns, they can just configure that, either plug in the one that we've built ourselves or use Wallet Connect. It just depends on, and the difference between the two is just ours is pretty seamless as far as, because it's built specifically for Crossmint rather than a general purpose solution that has a lot more bells and whistles and moving parts like Wallet Connect. So those are there.
Oh, I got a question along the lines. Have you guys thought about partnering with Token Proof to use your wallets to token gate in real life events, or do you guys got another solution for that?
So Jiggy, I actually had him placed in the audience with that question specifically. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny you asked that, because we are partnered with Token Proof, literally.
Let's go.
So there you go. Great question. We also
I love tech.
With ETH Pass as well, if you're familiar with them. So they make it so that you can take any NFT and add it to your Apple Wallet and eventually your Google Wallet as well. So you can just then have a QR code that you scan and you're off. So yeah, we got you.
That's dope, because I'm gonna be honest. The first when I got exposed to you guys was I was trying to get a Solana NFT, and I'm an ETH maxi. So being able to buy it with ETH and not having to go to a centralized exchange and paying all those fees, I thought that was really cool. I did have a question though. So for you guys' 1 year birthday, you guys did the little tweet to send out NFTs.
Yeah.
Is that something that is you guys, or something you guys partnered with? And can people also do that for their projects?
They absolutely can. And guess what? It was powered by our Mint API. And so it's very, very, and I think it was Zapier too. So it was if the tweet was done, and if it was one of the first 365 responses or something like that, then you got one. And so it's just, we're putting together all of these tools that are just these puzzle pieces to a puzzle that doesn't really have borders. it just keeps expanding until we start to see, oh my God, this is really what NFTs are for. So we're trying to put these pieces out there to help people build. So we mentioned earlier that we have the Mint API, which enables you to mint any experience with one line of code. So one call to one API call. You can just add that into a website anywhere. It'll mint a NFT, put it in a wallet, and then it'll send to the email address that is inputted into the site, or for like we did with Twitter, your wallet address, and it'll just mint it. It'll just send it. And it's very, very simple. We also have Zapier, like we mentioned. You can connect via, you can send, like, for example, you can airdrop NFTs if somebody follows your Instagram. You can send an NFT if somebody buys something on Stripe from you, from your storefront. You can so for example, let's say that you are selling Web3 merch. You can send a either like an NFT representation of the merch or a receipt or whatever. You can airdrop an NFT whenever somebody like finishes up a type form, they fill out a form, or if they buy a ticket on Eventbrite, you can just send them the ticket, boom, like that, with an NFT version of it. You can mint legal contracts as NFTs when somebody signs a DocuSign. There's all kinds of ideas and implementations there. And we also have, and this was touched on by Noah earlier, the ability to mint. We just released this, just announced it. This is kind of our week of announcements, by the way. I would highly recommend y'all follow Crossmint Twitter. And also, if you're on LinkedIn, LinkedIn's actually a really great place to see sort of expanded versions of our announcements and to get some insight from our founders and some of the people who are working on these projects. We are dropping a lot of announcements this week. And one of the ones that we just talked about, I think this morning, was Google Sheets. So we have the ability to mint NFTs directly from a Google Sheet, which you might be like, what the hell? Why would you do that? If you look at it, though, you'll be like, oh my God, this is actually really useful for anybody who has a finite number of customers. They can look at them and they can say, hey, I've got all these people. I've got this information from them. Like I got some wallets, I got some email addresses, and you can just batch email or send to existing Web3 wallets NFTs. For example, McFarlane Toys, we are partnered with them, and they send NFTs to all their customers who purchase toys from them. So each toy has its own NFT that accompanies it. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I recommend anybody going on there and trying it out. Like the Google Sheets thing is crazy. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we're gonna get that pinned in a moment.
Oh yeah,
to the top of the space, just so you guys have all. There's the Zapier printing, the quick note printing, as well as the Google Sheets minting. All really exciting. Jen, any other exciting updates or releases that you can share with us?
Well, like I mentioned, this week is going to be absolutely crazy. We have announced probably 4 or 5 things, and I would say that all of our announcements, if we keep at that rate, will not fit into this week. We have a lot of stuff coming up. For example, I mentioned we are, and this is some alpha for this space, we are launching on Binance. And so that's going to be really cool, being able to support them. And so it's kind of already out there, sort of a stealth thing, but that's coming up. I don't really know. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I can kind of hint at or let you know what we're working on here. We're polishing up our UI. Things are going to look real pretty coming up. Let's see here. Working with some other. So we have, I'm looking actually at our schedule of releases, and we have minting, wallets, and payments, and each one has several announcements in it. And then there's going to be some cool PR announcements as well. So just really excited about those and seeing what's coming up. Some things regarding minting, if you can think of, different concepts around minting that have been talked about a lot recently, about minting in general to make things more efficient, faster. About payments. I know I'm being super vague. I just don't want to spoil it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You got to follow Crossmint to find out more. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely, guys. This has been a great space. Show the Crossmint account some love. Show the speakers up here some love, and Whale Coin Talk as well. Jen, I've tried to cover everything at a high level, but also dive into nuts and bolts of some of the different components of Crossmint. Is there anything that I've missed that you think it's important to share?
No, the fun thing is that what we do, while it's conceptually pretty easy, the implementation of it is, and doing it the right way and doing it in a way that is sustainable and extensible and scalable has been the real challenge. And I know that everybody at Crossmint has worked very, very hard. It's a startup is not never easy, and a Web3 startup is only for the truly crazy people. And I just want to say that when you look at what we're doing it the right way. We're doing everything the very best possible way for customers and for, anybody who uses the product and anybody who implements it. And so that's why, a lot of what we do is unique, because we've taken the harder route. We have not adopted things that are already existing and then sort of shoehorned it in. We're building brand new stuff. And so I just really recommend, if you are interested in the permutation of Web3 tech in general throughout society, and you want to look at solving problems, and you want to look at how NFTs, could potentially change things, I would recommend looking at some of the things that we're starting to offer, because some of these pieces, when they work in tandem, they bring out a whole new world of possibilities and a lot of things we haven't even thought of yet. And so, again, like I said, this is sort of a theme where with Web3, the tech is too new and we don't have all the solutions yet. We don't exactly know yet how it's going to change our lives for the better. And we don't know what problem it's going to solve that we don't even know we have yet. And a lot of what Crossmint is building is incredible tooling, and we don't know all of the best use cases yet. So try putting some of these pieces together and see what incredible stuff you build. And we would love to see it. Make sure you tweet at us and DM us if you have any questions or want to show something off, because we're always excited to see what people are building. So yeah, if there's any questions though, I would be really happy to take it from the audience or however you do it. Don't want to step on your toes.
Yeah, if anyone wants to come up and ask a question, you're more than welcome to. We've had this is our, I think, 7th Acti space of the day.
Yeah, you guys are popping off. It's a lot.
Sorry, I got a call there. Can you guys hear me?
It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I have a question. You said that as these different components in Web3 evolve and start working in unison with one another, we're going to start to see some amazing things that we haven't even thought of. I'm kind of paraphrasing what you said in my own words. And call it hopium, but that parabolic rise of projects that's tempering a bit, that parabolic rise of, I guess, adoption and interest that's tempering a bit, as you said so at the beginning of the broadcast. I would say once these siloed parts start to come together, could give rise to another, I don't know, to another bull run. We'll see.
Oh yeah, and it's not that the parabolic rise of projects and interest in NFTs is continuing to skyrocket. That is not slowing down. That is going faster. One metric I like to let people, I like to kind of drop on spaces sometimes, is that during the bear turn down of last year in about the summertime, we saw a 300% increase in NFT purchases through Crossmint during the bear market, during the height of the bear market, when everything just went straight downhill. And that's because people are still interested in NFTs. There is no waning interest there. The market might, the crypto market itself might, I'm trying to come up with a way to say it that is a little bit nicer than my normal, not very nice language. So the crypto market might be in the crapper, but the rest of NFTs itself, the technology, people are still exploring and just absolutely starry-eyed with possibility and potential. What is slowing, I think, is people coming in and speculating and trying to flip NFTs and coming in and they're like, oh my God, this is a brand new thing. Oh my God, there's so much hype. I'm going to get one and I'm going to flip it. It's not gone. It is far from gone. It's just slowing a bit because the tech, and we're actually starting to mature a little bit, I think, in the NFT space, and starting to see, we're starting to get glimpses of some of the ideas, some of the things that could happen, some of the things that could be built. And that's the really exciting part. So have if you are in it for the tech and you think it's incredible and you're just like, holy crap, this is going to be amazing, and you want to be early for that, you want to be one of the very first people that's like on board with PayPal and Amazon when they first came online, and you want to, you know, be a part of those projects in whatever way, if you're an investor or an employee, or you just want to hold one of their NFTs or whatever from inception, those tech companies are the ones that are skyrocketing. They are taking off, and you may not see it because it's not flashy, but when you see that moment when the next, you know, PayPal is born or the next Amazon or whatever, you're going to know it, and it's going to be a holy crap moment. I was there. And so tech is not slowing down. We love NFTs. NFTs are incredible. And that's what we're supporting here. Crypto itself is fantastic, but crypto, of course, being a, you know, a fungible asset, is something that is something that is volatile and definitely at the whims of the greater economy as a whole. The you know, the macros kind of give it problems. But NFTs, yeah, their values can go up and down, but the tech you can't really put a price on the tech itself. So that's my opinion on it. Everybody's muted. Just
sorry, I wasn't.
You're all right.
You're right. We got some speakers on the stage. Guys, if you have any questions, put your hands up, because I think we got Breeze come up first. So Breeze, the mic's yours, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, just walked up some stairs, but I came in a little late, so if it's previously answered, just quickly let me know. And then but is there a way, I just thought, to maybe somehow reserve a token, an addition of a token to someone, maybe send something via email, right, if they don't have a wallet maybe just yet? And then, you know, because I was thinking of along the lines of someone who isn't, let's say, onboarded yet to Web3, you know, you gift them an NFT, and that kind of plants the seed maybe for later being onboarded, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. And yeah, you did miss the answer, but I think it's really important to reiterate that it is possible. That Crossmint, like I said, our flagship product, was a twofold feature that was minting with credit card, and then sending the NFT that you mint to a Web2 friendly wallet that you don't have to create yourself. And so effectively, anytime you buy an NFT with Crossmint, it is built into the process, unless you configure it otherwise, which we do have other options where you can mint directly to like a Phantom wallet or a MetaMask wallet. It is built directly into the process that you also, the NFT that you buy or mint goes directly to a Crossmint wallet that is multi-chain, that is attached to your email address. And so you can mint an NFT, for example, like I said, with our example of Crown Royal and of the Mint API and how they used it. You put in an email address on the website, and then what we're doing within the API, and what the API is hitting on our back end, is it's creating a wallet, a Crossmint wallet. Again, that's a Web2 friendly wallet with the NFT in it. We're minting the NFT, putting it in that wallet, and then we send you a link, which is a magic login link to the email that you put in the website, that logs you into the Crossmint wallet directly. And so there is no creating a wallet or anything. You just click on the magic link, which we're utilizing the authentication methods that are already in place by like Google and whatnot. And so you just click on it and boom, you're there. You already have the NFC in your wallet, in your Crossmint wallet. And that is something that we create for you automatically. Does that make sense?
Yes, I will DM if I have any questions later. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah, please DM us. Happy to answer. We also have a great Discord where we have a support forum that has engineers on standby, always constantly checking it and answering questions and helping with configurations and setups. And if you have unique, cool ideas and how you want to, try something new, please feel free to hit us up. We love that stuff.
Alrighty, let's see. We got Mystic Spirits NFTs on the stage. Go for it.
I just had a quick question. So I know Crossmint I might have missed the answer, but I know Crossmint works with Third Web, and right now it only works with the 721 contracts. Do you have an estimated time on when you guys will be able to integrate the 1155? Or
Good question. I don't have the exact time frame on like right now, but I do know that we're wanting to integrate more and work with Third Web more and make sure that we can support as much as possible there. It's just a matter of you know how it is, the software development life cycle, just demand of who wants it, how much people want it. 721 is just it's quite in demand, and just when we went to go do the integration with them, that's the first one that we did. And so I would say it's coming. I can see if I can get sort of a timeline, but of course, giving a solid date when we're going to support that is probably not something I can do. But yeah, definitely want to support as much as we can with folks like Third Web and whatnot.
okay, I have another question. So you
Yeah.
guys do support 1155. So I know Hashlips is one of the ones you support. Does that also have the embed feature that Third Web does, where you can just add the button?
I don't know specifically for theirs, but I do know that pretty much we support any contract, any Ethereum contract, 721, 721 alpha, or 1155 that has not any like if it doesn't, it can't have any like crazy unique functions that change sort of the minting method or whatever. Usually, what we need to make sure that we have is the ability to mint to a different wallet than the one that is actually paying for it. And then also ensure that the crossmint.eth, which is our treasury, is able to mint an unlimited number. And so there are some constraints because of how we operate. It's not the same as just a one-to-one relationship of, a crypto wallet with crypto buying from a contract. It's a little bit different. So there are a few constraints there. But like I said, our engineers in the support forum on Discord, I would actually recommend you can totally go in there and just drop a question in there and they'll get back to you. And actually, they would love to know if you have specific requests for supporting any of these different contracts and different tools that are out there, like Hashlips and Third Web and different ones like that. Please feel free to drop those in there, because that's what we're looking for. We want that feedback. We want to know what people want. So definitely, thank you for asking that.
No problem. Thank you for taking the time to answer. And yes,
Yeah.
I've been in the Discord. Your developers are like right on it.
Awesome. I'm glad you had that experience. Thank you.
Yeah, great questions. We got another guest on the panel. Psychotic Society. Go for it.
Oh, wow. Thank you for allowing me to come up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't even know. I saw the word Crossmint. It's funny. I had watched some videos, and as I was studying some things and all degen and DeFi, and I was like, Crossmint started popping up in my feed as I started learning more and more about, development and stuff and contracts and everything. And I will say, this is the part of crypto that I love. I love to see the tech and this type of integration and the support that especially for newer coders and people who are just simply passionate and bullish on the tech. And I think this is what we don't get enough credit for in DeFi, like the community, the support, the development, everything. We're all working in our own different ways in kind of like a collective manner, even though half of us may or may not know each other. But this is really cool stuff. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate companies like Crossmint and Third Web. They have been very integral in our coding. Like I'm not the coder. I just started learning React, and I'm like 13% into the to the tutorials. So, but I do have a React coder, and I will say that yeah, Third Web has been instrumental, and they're working crazy in Crossmint, and it really makes me really happy to see this. So I just wanted to pay my respects to what you guys are doing, and I will definitely join your Discord and everything. And I really look forward to what's coming. Thank you so much.
Hey man, thank you. Really appreciate that. I love hearing that. If there's anything again that you see that could be a great opportunity or something particularly for you that you're interested in, getting Crossmint in there and helping out, or if there's anything you have questions on, like you said, you've been in the forums, hop in there, talk with us, let us know. Definitely here to help. And I think a lot of what we're doing collectively, like you said, is we're coming out here to this crazy wild west of Web3. And there's people out here who are legitimately finding gold. There are people out here who are selling snake oil. There are people out here who are building a better pickaxe. And together we're building roads between, where all of these people are, all these towns and whatnot. And we're learning sort of what's good, what's not good, what works well. And you're going to start seeing some highways being built, I think, between different ideas. And then we'll keep expanding until we have something magical, we finally figure out how all this is going to work together. So I really appreciate that, man. Thanks so much for taking the opportunity to say that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you everyone for the awesome questions. And Jen, thank you so much for coming on. I had one last point to make. Acti brought this up to me, and I think it's important to highlight. We've been bringing on a lot of university blockchain clubs just because we've been talking about catalysts and kind of the next bull run and what's going to push the needle of this industry forward. We've been bringing on a lot of universities and university blockchain clubs, and these students are remarkable. I mean, they know about this stuff better than most millennials that I talk to. And I think it'd be good for you guys to kind of keep an eye on the university, or rather students at the collegiate level, because I really do believe Gen Z, Gen Alpha understand this stuff the way that millennials understood the internet, and they're going to be the next big wave of adoption, interest, money, and innovation that moves the needle of this industry forward. But anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
that's my rant. That's my rant.
No, you're fine. I was just reading a message.
No, you're good. So look, Jen, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. Love learning about Crossmint, and would love to have you on in the future to learn about NFT spaces. Or excuse me, God, my brain is also lagging behind.
It's okay. You've done a lot of spaces today.
I would love to bring you on to talk about Web3 gaming, what the future of that sector looks like. That's crypto gaming is something that excites me the most. It's the sector of an industry that excites me the most, because it's a crossover between something that I have loved my whole life and something that has been a big part of my life for the last 5 years. So we'll be in touch, and the Whale Coin Talk community, that's not the last that you've seen of Jen. I'm going to definitely try to get her back on. But if you have any final words for our audience before you head out today, Jen, go ahead and share them now.
Like I said, just keep an eye out on builders. Those are the folks that are going to be bringing the real value to the space. There's great NFT projects out there. There's great ideas and speculation and all that stuff. I would say at the end of the day, just remember what we're doing here is we're all exploring together. We're all trying to figure out what this great new technology is actually going to be used for, how we're going to change our lives with it. And we don't yet know exactly. We haven't hit on that moment yet. But just keep your chin up. I'm super bullish on the tech, and I hope that you are too, because it isn't going anywhere. This has been the cat's out of the bag. Like you're not gonna put the lightning back in the bottle now. Like Web3 is here to stay. And so I'm just really excited to see where we all go together.
Beautiful. We'll leave it at that. And Whale Coin Talk community, that was the 7th episode of the Aquarium today. My name is Noah. And remember, everything that you hear on these broadcasts are meant for educational purposes only. Nothing is financial advice. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Nothing is financial advice. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.